It's took 30 years to learn that lesson for me.
Wow. So see, there's a shortcut, guys. So for those who are listening right now, you just save yourself 30 years. Welcome to a new episode of the Dev Device Podcast. And my guest today is Oleg Kuzmenkov. Welcome, Oleg.
Hi, Dano. Thank you for having me on your podcast. It's a pleasure to be here right now, today, and maybe in future, I hope.
Yeah, sure. I mean, who knows where this goes? But yeah, today we are on the opposite sides of the planet. You are in Florida, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and I'm in Malaysia, so there is a bit of a time difference. So it's early, it's evening for you, it's morning for me. That's fine. And today we want to speak about you and your business. So please tell us what it is you do.
Yeah. I'm entrepreneur. And I do some business. Um, Actually, I develop software for Amazon sellers, and this is my main business right now. And I help thousand customers, thousand people to run and grow their Amazon business. Our software provide sellers with valuable information about product history, about competition, etc., etc., etc. Um, so and also we help analyze price lists, analyze brands on Amazon, and all the tools, empower sellers, and they can make data-driven decision, purchasing decision about specific products, and finally find best-selling products, profitable products to sell on Amazon, and um, it helps people to grow.
Mm. Okay, so it's a research software which
Yeah.
helps you to make good decisions regarding finding new products and managing your existing products list. What is the name of your business, man?
Ah, so sorry. I developed Seller Assistant. Seller
Seller
Assistant is
Assistant. Yeah. Seller Assistant. Correct. That's
Seller
the name
Assistant.
of it.
Correct.
And people can find it if they go to sellerassistant.com, I guess.
Y-
Or is it
you can.
IO?
There are a few ways to find us. Just go to sellerassistant.app or Google for Seller Assistant, or use a special link I provided for Dano, which is in the description, I guess, right?
Yeah. We'll definitely put a link in the description so people can easily find you. Cool. So what comes to my head is just how is it different from, let's say, Helium 10? This is something that I'm using.
It's a great question. Actually, Helium 10 is a great software, but they focus on private label sellers. There are two main types of sellers on Amazon. First one is a private label who develop their own brand, they grow brand, and they focus on building um, uh, great envelope around around the product. They focus on building their reviews, um, images, product listings, etc. But Seller Assistant, other hand, Seller Assistant is focusing on resellers who
Oh,
resell existing products and brands. And in this case, you don't need to focus on building your own brand and product. You just need to find a product which have a great traction on Amazon, which is already selling on Amazon, and there are millions products like this, and all you need to do is define the right products and find the supplier for them, and we help people to do that.
yeah. Well, that is very important information. So you are helping resellers to
Yeah, correct.
identify profitable products. And do you also help them? I mean, I've been in the reselling business for a while. It didn't really work out for me. And uh, the biggest problem for me was to actually get this reseller permission from existing sellers. So that was always like a rabbit hole where they just didn't respond or they didn't
Yeah.
allow additional resellers and all that. So, is there anything you help people to actually get these contracts? Which you need a contract, right? And so you need a permission from from the brand owner, from the company to resell their product. Do you assist people in this area in any way?
We work in a little bit different way. We serve people who already have a permission and
Mm,
prices from suppliers, and we also focus on people who uh, do online arbitrage. Diving deeper in reseller, we can, shape a few more types of business. First one is online and retail arbitrage, which work like you just go to a physical store
yeah.
in your location, or you go online on the website of any retailer also, and find the product online and just resell it on Amazon. And second one is you wholesaling. You build relationship with wholesale, as you told before, and I see like online arbitrage. If you're going to scale your online arbitrage business, you probably uh, will go to wholesale direction. And um, we started focusing on online arbitrage businesses only, and found that like, a lot of them became wholesalers finally somehow. And now we help wholesalers to analyze existing products, and moreover we help them to decide which brand fits for them or not, and it helped them to better understand, do they need to work and try to reach mm, suppliers of this particular brand or not. And it's helped them a lot to focus their efforts.
Hmm.
So
All right.
this is how we help them.
Okay. Very good. Well, it's a very unusual project that you started, and I'm excited to learn how this happened. And this is why we call this the entrepreneur life journey. And so let's zoom back to
Okay.
10-year-old Oleg and see what his life was like. Where was he living? What was he doing as a child?
10-year-old Oleg was a small 10-year-old kid who uh who like school kid who was maybe I was I lived in countryside actually, and I was best smartest person uh, in my class. But the problem was that when I moved to a different location, I found that I'm not so smart as different people, and I have room to grow. And it changed a lot in my life. I found that like I a little bit behind, and I need to force myself to do better. And since then, I get like a competitive um, desire. I desire to compete with people surrounding me, and I love right now as a 38 years old person. I try to compete, and achieve more. I I'm motivated by people who have great results, and try to surround myself with such people, and it helps me to get energy, get motivation to do something better, something harder, and grow myself, grow my business. That's how it works.
Mm, interesting. So you were the smartest kid when you were 10 years old in the class. Where was that class, by the way? Which country?
It was a small city in Eastern Europe country. I lived in Orsha, Belarus.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, and about when I was about 10 years, I moved to different school in the city, because like
Mm,
it was school uh, on the edge of the city, the standards
Mm-hmm.
was not so high, so that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm. But I was still
uh,
Belarus, the new school. So you were in Belarus in during your
yeah,
childhood, and when did you move out of Belarus?
I spent 30 years in Belarus,
30.
and
Oh, okay. So you
30,
spent
thir-
your
thir- 30, not 13, 30.
30, yeah.
Three decades I lived in Belarus, and almost 27 years, I guess, I lived in this small countryside city, or maybe town. And the problem was like I have some social obligation with people surrounding me, and I work hard, but I feel like there are no room for growing in this small town. And a lot of my friends just moved to bigger cities, to capital, to the different countries, etc. And uh, the only me was living in the place where I'm born, with no opportunities. And one day I moved to Minsk. It's a capital of Belarus, and
Mm-hmm.
found that there are a lot of interesting things happens, and there are more opportunities here, right? And maybe in a year or so, I flew I went to United States for a few months to set up my business. And each time I moved a new place, um I thought like, why I didn't do that before, earlier, why I spent so much time staying in one place and waiting for something, waiting until changes reach me. I need to change something, uh,
Mm,
to move
exactly.
forward.
Change comes from within. Yeah, nothing
Yeah,
changes
correct.
unless we change. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
believe that too. So you
And
spend your entire your first 27 years in Belarus, and but in Belarus you went to school obviously. Then did you start studying or did you start your business after school or what was the
uh,
next step after finishing school?
yeah, actually, I started my very first business. I started at 18 years. When I was
Wow.
18 years, I just, rent a few square meters in um, store, and open the point where people can, upload um, upload ringtones to their phones. It was like,
Oh,
those
ringtones.
days, ringtones to their phones. Yeah.
Oh,
And
you were
it was
selling
great.
ringtones. Now that is the first
Yeah,
time I hear
I
about
was
that
selling
one.
ringtones.
Wow. Ringtone seller. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but I read a lot of stories about people who sell ringtones through the um, mobile operator, but like big business. But I was selling ringtones in a small store,
In a
in my
physical
town.
shop. In you,
Yeah, in
so
the
you
physical
had like
shop.
a shop. You said, oh, so your first business was to set up shop in a shopping mall or somewhere
Yeah,
and sell ringtones. So I guess there was a lot of ringing going on, huh? People testing your ringtones.
yeah. Unfortunately, it wasn't last so long because since Bluetooth was added as a main feature to the to the phones, not
Mm.
smartphones, and the business, started
Yeah.
declining. And no, but it was like maybe half or 1 year of business, and it was my very
Mm.
first experience. And
Mm.
um,
Cool.
since then, I never stopped. Maybe
Mm.
for a little bit.
Wow. So you were hooked very early as an entrepreneur, right after school, I guess. Started your
Correct.
ringtone business. And then what was the next one? What was the next step?
And next step was like, I just help people to fix their PCs. I just put the I just bought an ad in our local magazine, like newspaper, maybe
Hmm.
like paper, not
Yeah,
online
yeah,
newspaper.
of course, yeah.
And there was an ad like, I'm going to fix your PC and help you
Oh,
to reinstall Windows, for example, or something like
hmm,
that.
hmm, hmm,
And I have a lot of calls, and I had my time. I had my own schedule. It was
hmm,
beautiful times. I earned a lot. There was few people maybe who do so in my town, and I was
hmm,
one of them, maybe first one.
hmm.
And it was great times. Um, well, and then I made a pause. I went work to uh, to the government company. I mean, to the Belarusian railroads,
Oh,
because it was obligation. Because in my country, if you study something, you have obligation to work that company which is related to your field uh,
study.
of your study. Yeah.
Mm,
And I had obligation to work for Belarusian Railways, and I spent 3 years there. And even then, I continued my small business, fixing computers, and
mm.
for companies, some companies, and
Well, you could have
um,
done that for the airways company, right? For the
yeah.
airline. I'm sure they had computers as well. Just a thought, but okay. So you were like a
So
PC expert, started selling ringtones, and obviously you learned how to fix and run PCs, and then you went to the airline company, and then you flew off, I guess. Or what happened after that?
yeah, after that, I found that I have no a future as employee, and I decided to quit my job um, at railroads, and I found a company which continued to serve uh, people, but I focused on organizations, like the companies which have a lot of computers to maintain. And I since then I start hire people to my team. And maybe it was like maybe 5 years working for different companies. But in Belarus, actually, there was no way to, um, earn money. I mean, if you work for a government company, they always have no money. And I spend a lot of time trying to find how to get the money from the companies I serve, right? I mean, for example, uh, my team fixed a few computers, recharge their printers, etc., and I get back not the money, I get back a cent, and maybe lumber wood,
Oh,
um,
like a
like
barter deal, like you get
like
physical
a barter,
goods.
yes.
Okay.
And once you
Oh,
get something, you need to find where to sell it, and it was
oh,
like
there
crazy
comes the
times.
reseller. So that's
Yeah, yeah,
already
yeah,
almost like arbitrage kind of thing.
yeah.
So you were receiving all these physical goods for as as a compensation for your service, and just if I mean that was Soviet Union time, right?
Yeah, yeah. No,
And
no,
and
it wasn't
it
Soviet
was
Union. It's like
after.
post Soviet Union time.
Oh,
Now I'm speaking about 2011.
oh,
I
oh,
remember
yeah, okay,
because
okay.
it was a very hard time in my country,
Mm,
where our currency, um, lose their two-third
value.
of
Mm,
its price,
mm,
and I lost a lot of money because people owe me. I mean, organization only in currency, but they returned the money when it was
mm,
inflated so
mm,
much.
mm. Okay, yeah, that's
So yeah,
understandable.
and I found that I have a lot of goods got from barter, and I sell it to construction company. And finally,
Mm,
I quit those business and partnered with construction company. where I focus on uh, recycling products, etc. And on I also mount electric networks. It was like construction companies, so we did a lot of thing. Uh, you know, in building, destruction, recycling, etc. And since then, I looked the way to earn stable currency, which was dollar. And one of my customers was linen mill, who produced a lot of beautiful linens. Um, and I decided to try to sell linens somewhere outside Belarus. Um, dived into it and found that I don't need to buy a lot of different products. I need to buy only one and try to sell it on Amazon. It was like 2016, and in this year I started doing my private label on Amazon.
Mm,
I remember my mistake was I'm not focused on the market itself. I focused on what I have on my hands, what I have. I had products in my town. I wanted to sell, but it was a mistake. So I earn a lot of money actually. Comparing to average salary in my town, I earn maybe three times more than people made in those times in my time in my town. And it was like nice place, and it was a nice time for start the business on Amazon. It felt like a money button, like like I invented a money button, but for me it was so unrealistic that I even not believe in that way to make money. So I still it was like I send the products and get the money on my account. So easy. It's impossible. Maybe where is the trick, right? And
wow.
I refuse to believe uh, that it's possible. So I continue to focus on my 9 to 5 job at construction company. Where I work hard to get new customers, to find the way to uh, sell my services. Them, I just choose the harder way because I believe like you work hard, you earn money. There are no easy money, but there
That is
was easy
what we
money
call a
on
limiting
Amazon.
belief, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, and this is obvious. I mean, from my perspective, this is one of the biggest challenges we have as entrepreneurs, and of course also as humans, are our limiting beliefs. Because when we believe that earning money is hard, then it will be so. And if we believe that, like the easy way that you said, just send something to Amazon and get money in the bank, that's impossible, then it is impossible. And the biggest problem is oftentimes to overcome and change these limiting beliefs, I guess. And apparently you managed to do that. So
Yeah.
you eventually started to believe that you can sell on Amazon and
Yeah, yeah,
get
yeah.
money in the
But
bank.
unfortunately, the golden rush started on Amazon, and it became a lot competitive than in 2016. And now it's like today is not easy to sell on Amazon as it was in 2016. And I missed my opportunity window, and I had a lot of friends who started those days, and now they have a great businesses on Amazon. But I miss this opportunity, and I never grow my brand those days, and I started. Um, to look for something else, and that's
Mm,
I how I learned about reselling on Amazon. In 2019 I started reselling products on Amazon.
mm,
And uh, it was not easy as well. I spent a lot of time trying to find products. There was lack of software which helps to do so. And finally, I lose my motivation because me personally, I hate routines. Like, I really love, one time job. I love to explore and learn something new. I love uh, to search for a way to do something. And finally, when I find a way to do something, I lose motivation. I think it's like my a weak side. Like I cannot do routine work, but reselling on Amazon, especially product research on Amazon, was such type of work, right?
I
But
think it's actually a
once,
strength, not a weakness. I think it's a strength. If you figure out something,
yeah,
then it
yeah,
should be automated. And I think that's what brought you to build your software, because once you have your SOPs, then of course, it's not the best use of your time to just do the same thing over and over again if it can be automated. So I think it's
correct.
actually a strength that you have there.
Yeah, and before that, I lose the motivation all the time on some type of routine works, and I thought like it's my uh, weakness, like weakness. But when I flip the coin, I found that I have a great strength that I can do very difficult work in a lot of uncertainties, right? And I feel great when things are uncertain. And I found that I can achieve something and then make a SOP and teach people to how to repeat something and get better results.
All right.
Yep.
And I guess it goes without saying that's how you started your company, your business. You built the software, and now you have clients all over the place. And yeah, that is quite impressive. So you just were tired of doing the same thing over and over again,
Yeah,
and
correct.
and
And
that's the
I decided to, sorry.
that's the entrepreneurial mindset, I guess. When we see a problem, like I don't want to repeat this stuff every day. That's a problem, so we go ahead and solve it. So we build a system or software that does it for us. And yeah, and this is how
Funny,
you.
but I found the seller assistant not for automate something. Actually, I was so unmotivated doing product research, so I decided to learn to switch my to rest a little bit out of that, right? And what is the best rest? Is the best rest is to change your activity. And I went and Google how to create a Chrome extension for how to create extension for Chrome. That's it. And I started learning how to code and found it's very interesting for me. And I learned that it was like maybe I was 32 or 33, and I found I afraid that I cannot learn anymore. Because I spent a lot of time in routine tasks, and I decided to change something, and I tried to learn how to code and found that I good at that. I mean, I found that I still can learn something new and I get motivated, and I applied my new skills to the field I work in. And I know that the problem was um, I had a big problem in product research. When actually product research is when you analyze specific product and when you save a product to Google Sheets for future use, right? And if you analyze without any software, you open a lot of tabs. So I made an extension which show all the information right on top of product page, which save you a lot of time. You don't need to do scrolling, you don't need to open products in new tabs, and finally, if you have a lot of tabs open, you can lose a lot, lost them because you never know how to manage them, right? And second part of the job is to save good products to your Google Sheets for future use. And saving is a very hard task. You do Control C, Alt Tab, Control V, right? And the same all the
Copy
time.
paste,
Like
yeah.
you spend minute or so to save the product, and um, it's very disrupting, but necessary task. So when you do so, your brain start to work on saving tasks, and you forgot what you did before and why you decided to save this product, right? And what I did, I just automate this task. I just automated saving product information to Google Sheets, and boom, people who did the same, they appreciated this feature, and they became my very first customers. Actually, I spent two months working on my extension, and after 2 months, I went to a podcast with my friend who taught me how to resell products on Amazon, and I shared my software there, and that's how I get my very first customers. Now I have 1,000 customers around the globe.
Wow, 1,000 customers. Congratulations. That's
Thousands,
fantastic.
thousands.
Thousands. Why?
Yeah.
Wow. That is a
I
big
have
success,
50,
man.
50 thousands of installation in Chrome Store, but it's not
Mm,
all of them are my customers.
mm,
I have a little bit less customers, but it's still like, one of the greatest tool for online
mm.
arbitrage.
Cool. Wow, that is a really exciting story, man. You went all the way from selling ringtones to building a Chrome extension that went so popular and went viral, basically. That's very interesting. So that was very cool to hear how this all unfolded.
Yeah,
So as a
now we
closing note,
deliver a lot of
yeah,
sorry. Now
go
we not only the extension, but also we delivered tools for price analyzing tool. We delivered a brand analyzer. We track
ahead.
storefronts of sellers on Amazon. We also have a IP alerting feature, which shows a lot of information about what happens to seller who sold the products, like did they get complaints from brand owners, etc., etc., etc. And also we have a VPN by Seller Assistant, which helps people outside United States to access website in United States. Some retailers just block access outside the United States.
All
So
right.
we have a lot of tools for
Mhm.
sellers, and we even have a marketplace where you can buy and sell information about products on Amazon.
Mhm. Wow. So there's definitely a good idea to click the link in the description and go check out your software, your website, and I'm sure all the information will be found there. Yeah, and we will definitely make sure that people can reach out to you. But before we go to the end of this, I just wanted to ask for your nuggets of wisdom, for the learnings in your entrepreneurial journey, for what you would share with 10-year-old Oleg or with other entrepreneurs today to kind of make it easier for them to achieve
Yeah,
success.
thank you. I think uh, there are no money button, right? And no magic pill that make you succeed, right? All you need is to be persistent in your goals, and um, if you need if you it's better to place your in rich soil. I mean, it's much easier to achieve success surrounding you by people who achieve something and uh, put in your environment where your efforts give results.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
agree.
that's
So,
my lesson I learned. Spending it's took 30 years to learn that lesson for me.
wow. So see, there's a shortcut, guys. So for those who are listening right now, you just save yourself 30 years of figuring
Maybe
out.
20. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I,
No, but
I
yeah, I
start
agree.
thinking about that a little bit later than I have been born.
Yeah. Don't be the smartest kid in the room. Surround yourself with smarter people. I
Yeah.
think that's how we learn. Yeah. Cool, man. That was very interesting, Oleg. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for sharing your life story. And we will make sure that people have an easy way to get to you through links in the description. Whatever you would like to share, we will include. And of course, I wish you best of luck and success moving forward with your company. And we will stay in touch and see what happens in the future.
Thank you, Dana, for having me on this podcast. It was a pleasure to be here. Have a good day.